Hello everybody, my name is Lauren and welcome back to another episode of Expediting down by the river. It's been 2.5, maybe 3 years since I've done a video. I actually left the industry for about 6 months. And then had to fix some issues with myself. Got back into the industry and have been more successful at it. And I decided finally to do a video because the way I see it, there are too many people getting into this industry and failing because they have certain expectations and are diving into this industry before really knowing what they're getting into. And I see posts so frequently from people who have got my van, now what? Boy, you're in for a hurt if you do that. I hope you're watching this video and I hope you're taking what I'm saying into serious consideration. Especially if you are going to have a monthly note on that van. If you can't buy that van outright and you're sitting there with a $1,000 monthly payment, so I'm going to get more into that, but why don't we start a little bit about myself, what happened to me, why I nearly failed, and how I'm doing now and the changes that I made. So, total in this industry now, not terribly long. It'll be 4 years this summer. I got into the industry because it looked like a good time. It looked like all I had to do was find me a dispatcher or a carrier, get me a van, and go have fun. And that's what I did for about a year. Only really drove when I felt like it. I had personal issues with drugs and alcohol. I wasn't saving my money. I was spending it as quickly as I was making it. And ultimately, because of the mindset, because of the drinking and drugs, I failed. Plain and simple. I was from the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area, and I was in San Francisco when the van decided to start to take a serious shit, where I knew that I was not going to be able to do any hauls with it without worrying about it dying completely. I had no money, nothing saved up, and fell into a depression over it, which of course I caused. And a very good friend of mine who recently passed away of a sudden heart attack, God bless his soul, he helped me out, gave me the money necessary to limp my van the 2,300 miles it was to get back to Milwaukee. Long story short, the van sat at a relative's house, and I went to, well, I didn't go right away. It took about a week, and finally went into rehab. Got the help I needed. 6 months later, I was contacted by the dispatch company that I work with and was asked if I was interested in maybe driving one of their vans. And I did. And, well, anyway, that's where all the good stuff starts. Let's again talk about failure in this industry. Number one, if you have an issue with drugs or alcohol, and if you think you've got it under control, I already know that what I'm saying is not going to change your mind. You're going to do whatever you're going to do anyway. I get it. Been there, done that. If I can reach one person who decides to make the right decision and make some changes in their lives before getting into this industry, then this video is worth it. That's number one. If you have an issue with drugs or alcohol, you are not going to, nope. You're going to choose the drugs and alcohol over everything else, and it will cause you to fail. Also, your mindset. Your mindset in this industry, it is so hard in this industry. It is so expensive to do what we do. Sometimes I still to this day think you're probably better off working for a fleet owner, because you don't have to deal with all the additional expenses. You don't have to worry about coming up with the money when big repairs come up. So you really, if you're going to do this as an owner-operator, you have to, no matter how much money you got in the bank, no matter how many good weeks you've had, and how much you've put away, I promise you, something's going to happen, and a big bite is going to be taken out. So if you don't have that money and you can't afford for that big bite to be taken out, you're done. You're done. I was able to work for a fleet owner for over a year, save my pennies as best as I could. Was able to get my van into a repair shop, spend the $7,000 necessary to get it fixed, to get it re-registered or update the registration, get my insurance, do a lot of hard work. You have to have the right mindset. Take the loads, do the deadhead, relocate. If you're working for a dispatch service or a carrier, if they're not getting you $8,000 miles a month, and if they're not getting you a rate of 80 cents a mile or better, I don't see how you can make it in this industry. And I'm lucky. I'm one of the guys. I don't have a van payment to make. My van is paid for. So I don't have a wife at home. I don't have kids to worry about. I have no bills other than insurance and phone. And since I've been back in my van, I've been doing well. And I've been able to do upgrades to the van. All right, I now have a rooftop AC unit. I bought the van with a professional build already in it. It's a Ram 3500, ProMaster 3500. So I could handle 3 skids, but the first area where a skid would go was made into a permanent living quarters, I guess you might say. So at that time could only handle 2 skids. So I Vespar. I got a Vespar heater plugged into the gas tank, regular gas, not a diesel, and that works nice, but couldn't handle the heat, so I was able to buy a AC unit, proper generator. That stuff costs money. I paid a professional to do a rebuild on it, so now I can handle 3 skids. That was a few $1,000 plus time off, not out here running. So yeah, I've turned into some money. Repairs happen all the time. You know, I lost 2 loads just from the coolant lines breaking. You know, halfway through a run, boom, done. Come get it. You get paid for half the run. Then you're out for the time. Well, it gets fixed. So again, you've got to have the right mindset. If you're not willing to, or able to, I should say, if you're looking into getting into this industry, I highly advise you go work for a fleet owner first. Highly advise it. Because he or she, they, whomever, are going to keep you moving. The more you're moving, the more money they make. If you're sitting, not doing anything, they're not making any money. So you can expect that they're going to keep you rolling as much as they can. And if they can't, like I said, if they can't get you that 8,000 miles or better a month, you need to find someone who can. And don't be afraid to do it. Do what you got to do. Expect a hard life. You better go buy yourself a 5-gallon bucket. I ain't messing around. They call it an emergency bucket, but you'll see you have emergencies pretty damn often. Get used to not showering every day, or every 2 days, or every 3 days. I know some of you guys say, oh, I go to Love's every day, I shower on a daily basis. Yeah, 15, 20 bucks a shower every hit. I'm sure if more of you are truthful, you'd be telling the truth and be more like once a week, every 2 weeks, an actual shower. Everything else, you got some wipes, do the armpits and the crotch area, once or twice a day. Keep yourself at least a little fresh for as long as you can. Easier to do during the winter time. You don't sweat as much. Summertime, ooh, I tell you, you're gonna start feeling sticky, mucky. Driving. You guys think, God, I hear it all the time. drive. I remember one time I drove 10 hours straight to go see Woo, and it was no problem. All right, that's all I can say. When someone tells me that, yeah, sometimes on these pickups and drops, these guys will start asking questions because it looks like fun to them. Especially when you pull up with a nicer van that's got a decent setup that looks comfortable on the inside. You know, got the air conditioning and all that. And they go, oh, God, I can do that. And I'll ask them, yeah, you like to drive? Oh, yeah, I can drive. Man, they have no idea. And you'll have no idea. It doesn't matter what I say. You're not gonna know until you. Well, now my headset's talking to me. Boy. Alright, I don't know if my mic is working or not. Yeah, driving tired, learning how to live on 3 hours of sleep, then driving for 6 or 7. 3 hours of sleep, driving for 6 or 7. 3 hours of sleep, driving for 6 or 7. 3 hours of sleep, driving for 6 or 7. You think I'm joking? There's no joke to that. There's no joke to that. Why don't you do that at home for a week or 3 days? Try it for 3 full days. Sleep for 6 hours. I wish. Try for. Of course, you're not gonna drive for 6 hours, but try staying up for 6 hours and sleeping for 3, then 6 and 3, then 6 and 3. No, of course you're not going to do that. You probably have a job you got to go to. But sometimes you drive 10, 11, 12 hours straight. Sometimes you get a direct run where it's 12 plus hours straight. The longest I've had to drive so far before taking even a nap was 26 hours. That was a while ago. But yeah, it was 26 hours. And I hope I never have to do that again. The trick is not to overdrive, even if you're awake. What you want to do is get that nap in before you get overtired. You get overtired, you're stuck in overdrive. You lay down and you do not get a decent nap in. The trick is once you start feeling tired, once you start feeling like you closed your eyes, you can just drift off, and then 2-3 hours of sleep. Once you've been doing it a while, it ain't gonna work for you at first. Your body's gotta get used to it, adjust. But okay, all right. That's enough for now. Depending on the response that I get on this video, I may or may not do more. I'm just telling you right now, do your homework. Look at all facets of this industry. You know, I don't have my own authority, just so you know. I decided I didn't want that route. I'm not going to go out there pounding on doors, trying to find contracts, running for people, which is where the money's at. Honestly, you skip the broker, skip the carrier dispatch unit, you know, and so their hands aren't in that bucket taking money. But for me, it's worth me paying for it to let somebody else do that work for me, find me the loads. Okay, that's it for now. Again, my name is Lauren. Channel name is Expediting, down by the river. Some of you may get that, some of you may not. As I get older, less and less people get it. Okay. Everybody take care, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll do what I can to get back to you.